Hello and welcome back to another vehicle repair video. Now today we're going to change the front brake hoses on this old BMW R850R. Now I was going to take the old bike out for another ride, another moto vlog. Now I always inspect the old bike before I take it out, and when I had a closer look at these brake pipes at the front, I've noticed that it seems to have sprung a leak somewhere. I don't know if you can see this on the video or not, but that looks very damp on there. It seems to have been leaking down here and round here. It's all very oily around there, so I'm guessing that must have a split in it up there. And if we go down to the front wheel, you can see there's remnants of hydraulic fluid on there. So that means we're going to have to change these brake pipes on the front. Now I have been told that these BMW brake pipes should always be changed every 5 years because they are notorious for breaking down. Now the only problem is that BMW no longer make these brake pipes. So I've contacted a company that make bespoke brake pipes. They could make exact replicas, but they were going to cost me £199. Now another company said that they've got some Chinese imports and that would be £100. Then a friend of mine suggested that I put race pipes on here instead. At least if they do go wrong, I can change them and I can easily get the parts. So I found a company on eBay. As you always do these days, there's always something on eBay you can find, and they can sell me the new pipes for this, race pipes that is, for £57.99, and that includes postage and packing. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put race pipes on the old bike. Yes, I know some people would have liked to have kept it as standard, so we can show it at shows and that, but well, I shouldn't think this bike's going to win any shows. Actually, it's a bit grotty in places, but it's still a lovely old bike. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to fit some race hydraulic pipes to the front calipers there. Okay, so I just thought I'd have a look at the one on the other side. Now there's no signs at all of any oil leaking there. The caliper itself looks nice and clean. There's no oil on that side neither, but I'm going to change the whole front braking system on here, or should I say just the front brake pipes. Now it's a race design that I've gone for, so there will be 2 pipes from the reservoir, 1 for each side. Now this is what I think it's the ACU requires if you do go motorcycle racing. So right, we shall just wait now for the postman to arrive with my new brake pipes. We'll have a quick look at those a bit in closer detail, and then we shall start changing these front brake pipes. Okay, let's have a look at what the post person has brought us today. From a place called Up the Shop Limited. So it's nicely packaged. So here they are, my new brake lines. Now these are steel braided brake lines that I bought. Like I said before, these are race parts, these are. Let's see what's in this packet. So we should have 2 brake lines. Now one of these should be a little bit longer than the other, so if I put those 2 together and try and get that like that, you can see one is slightly longer, and that is how they should be. Really nice these are, good quality. Venhill race pipes. Let's see what else we've got in the bag. Sticker there, Up the Shop, the company that I purchased it from. If we look through here now, it was at £57.99. BMW R850R, 1995 to 2000. Venhill stainless steel braided brake line hoses, race design. So there you are, that's them. Another advert, another sticker there for Venhill. Fitting instructions there on how to do them. Now let's have a look what else we've got inside here. There's 2 more packets. We shall have a look at these first, what we've got in this one. Now there's 4 of these inside that packet, and these screw onto there, of course. Wonderful. So like I said, there's 4 of those there. That's lovely, that. And in here we should have 3 banjo bolts and some crush washers. And there they are, the banjo bolts. A little tiny hole at the bottom there, a little hole in the side there for the fluid to go through. Now one of these is a double banjo bolt. That's that one there. Look, you can see it's got a hole there and a hole there, of course a hole in the bottom, and you can see that they are, of course, it's a little bit bigger than that one. So there should be another smaller one. One for each caliper, of course. So those 2 small ones are for the brake calipers themselves. And this big one, of course, goes up to the handbrake on the handlebars, to where the reservoir is for the brake fluid. And of course inside here we've got crush washers, which got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. So there you go, that's what you get for your £57.99. So right, we shall pack all these away, and then we shall go outside and start fitting them to the motorcycle. Now first off, we're going to have to remove this so we can get closer to the brake fluid reservoir cap. Now this, I believe, is a reverse thread on here. And of course you need an Allen key to get it off. Okay, that's removed that. Okay, now we have to take the handguards off. Well, not really taking it off, we're just taking this part off of the handguard. so we can get to the brake fluid reservoir, because we're just going to take the top off that. So there we are, and there we have it. That's the brake fluid reservoir there. Okay, now we're going to undo this. Now, you don't want to get any of this brake fluid on any part of your paintwork, because it's terrible stuff. It'll take your paint straight off, it will. So if you do, make sure you wipe it off straight away. Okay, there we are, look at that. Brilliant. Right, so we'll just leave that like that for a minute. We'll go and get some rags and that to cover the bike up with. Okay, so I've got myself a couple of empty bottles here. Now, one of them I've pierced a little hole in top, so I can put a bit of pipe. Now you might say, why do I need a second bottle? Well, what I'm going to do when I put all my wasted hydraulic fluid in here, I'm just going to take the cap off this one and put it and swap it with this one here, so then I can take that down to my recycling centre and it won't leak out everywhere. So right, I think this is possibly an 11mm. And you can see the oil there. I'm calling it oil, it's hydraulic fluid, but it's the same sort, you know what I'm all talking about. So that's you can see it coming out there, can't you? I'll just turn this around a bit. And you can see it trickling in. If I start pumping with a handbrake there, you can see it all coming out. Try and get as much out as you can. Now if we look in the reservoir, look, you can see that most of it's gone. I shall clean that out before I put the fresh hydraulic fluid in. Okay, so we'll just wait a few minutes of that, and then we shall make our way round to the other side and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, we're just going to tighten this back up again, this side. Right, now we're going to do exactly the same thing to this side. Like I said, if you get any hydraulic fluid at all on your paintwork, you want to wipe it off straight away, as this stuff really does take your paintwork off. But again, you can see the oil's coming out. So that seems to be it. It's quite surprising that when you look, there's very little hydraulic fluid actually there, isn't there? But that's it. It does look quite cloudy and dirty actually. I shouldn't think it's been changed for a few years. Never mind, we're going to have new pipes and some fresh fluid in there as well, so look at this, I'm doing it up and it's still coming out. But when we remove the pipes, I've got a little trick that I use just to save the hydraulic fluid going everywhere. We'll just push that back on there for the time being. Okay, so there you have it. Now what I'm going to do with that, there we are, I put another cap on it, look. So you can take that to your recycling centre and pour it into one of their special receptacles, and of course on the way it's not going to spill all over the place, so that's okay. Right, next job is to remove all these lines. Okay, next we're going to undo this bolt here. This is a banjo bolt. We need a 14mm spanner to do that with. Okay, there's not a lot of room to do this. Now, I've got what is commonly known as a sandwich bag here, which when we get this out, we'll quickly put it straight into there and hopefully stop any hydraulic fluid from going everywhere. So the best thing about these is, of course, is you can seal them back up again like that. Now, so that's it. That's going to stop that from leaking anywhere else. Brilliant. Right, next we're going to have to undo this, I think. I need to take this off here. Not sure what size that is. So that's an 11. Like I said, because I'm putting race pipes on, I'm not going to need this, so it's all going to have to come off. Okay, right, it seems I'm going to have to undo this, and this is a 10mm. Hopefully that will move off now. So there you have it. Remove that away from there. Brilliant stuff. because I no longer need this on here. Not unless, of course, I can make a little adapter so I can affix the new pipes to it. I don't know. So right, we shall make our way round to the other side and do the same thing across there. Right, so here we are on the other side then. Again, 14mm spanner on here. So once again we get our sandwich bag. So we can quickly put that in there. We don't want to drip any oil anywhere. I shall have to thoroughly clean off all this. Yeah. Don't need that. Now there is a screw there I shall have to undo. Right, put my screwdriver in and God. Okay. Oop. Now then, am I going to be lucky enough to get this out of here without having to undo that? Probably not. So right, I'm going to have to now undo the top of the steering damper just so I can swivel this round enough just to get that off, because it won't come out otherwise. Okay, next we're just going to pull that off there, and this here fits into there. It's a bit of a faff to pull out, but I managed to do it. And the next bit is at the top here. We shall be moving that banjo bolt from the brake fluid reservoir. Okay, so here we are going to remove this banjo bolt from the brake fluid reservoir. It might be very, very tight, this one. Just to cover this tank up, because all this could leak out, whatever's left in there. Okay, so there we go. That's it. Now that is a single banjo bolt there, and we're going to actually put a double one in on the new brake pipes that we're putting on. Okay. Another sandwich bag here, just to stop any oil from leaking all over the place. Okay, so here we are. Now we're going to fit this double banjo. Now we've got two types of those. Look, that one's got more of a curve on it than the other one. Now as it is going up that way, these want to be facing downwards. So put a crush washer on first, and that one facing downwards, then the next crush washer. Now you see what I've done there? See, that's wrong because they're fouling each other. So you'll be putting that one on first, then your crush washer, then your crush washer, and then that one. And you can see they're not fouling each other. Then another crush, and then another crush washer on there, and then we find the hole where that fits. So that's how it's going to be. Now let me just pull this round, because there's one thing I was worried about, whether it's going to foul the tank or not, if there's enough room. So there's enough room there, so luckily enough it's not going to hit the tank. So I just thought I'd show you that just before I connect the pipes up. So that's how they're going to be. Right, so I'll get the pipes now. Now of course we have two pipes, like I was saying, and one is longer than the other. If I can just get those together there. As you can see, one is longer than the other. Now the longer one of the two wants to go to the other side of the motorcycle. First things first, let's connect these, shall we? Then we shall tighten them up. Now you have to take it easy when you're doing these, you don't want to cross thread them or anything. Okay, so then we shall spin these round. So when it's all tightened up, that's how they're going to go. Now this one here is the longer one of the two. So finding a way that it can go through without really fouling anything. And that's the other one. So I'll go down into there like so. That's brilliant, that. Okay, so here we are on the caliper. Crush washer. And we're putting that on. And then another crush washer. So then of course we've got this. It'll come down onto there. And then tighten up on there. So there you have it. Get an Allen key in there and tighten that up. Tighten this up. Okay. Put the bleeding nipple back as well. That's fine, isn't it? Okay, we shall go and do the other side now. Okay, so that's it basically. All we need to do now is tighten it all up. Put some clips around. So possibly put a clip into there again to hold that in place, and another clip on the other side. And up here as well, I'm missing a clip that I was going to put in. But that's fine, that is. There's no fouling anywhere. You'll possibly get something to put them together that's on there. Cable tie perhaps, just to hold that like that, so they're not going to foul anything for now. That's brilliant. Now we shall now tighten it all up. Okay, so we've tightened everything up. We're using .4 brake fluid. I'll just take the top off. I'm going to make a couple of small incisions in the top. If you've seen that, I've cleaned it all out. And we're going to pour this lovely clear brake fluid in there like so. I'll just replace the top for a moment. If we come down to this caliper down here, let's hope it's not going to spill out anywhere. And get down to the bleed nipple. Of course I want my pipe on there, I do. Okay, so once again, you can put that on there just to catch all the brake fluid. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're now going to bleed the brakes. Now what we do is we pull in the brake lever and we keep it pulled in, and then we release the bleed nipple, and as you can see, there's brake fluid coming out there with a lot of air bubbles. Okay, so you're still holding that brake lever in, and you lock off the bleed nipple now, and you can release that brake lever. Then you do the whole thing again. You pull in the brake lever, you don't release it, and you release the bleed nipple, and as you can see, there's still the air bubbles and fluid there. Now you keep on doing that until there's no air bubbles in the brake fluid. You must also keep an eye on your reservoir as well, as you don't want it to run out of brake fluid, as you'll have to do the whole thing all over again. So keep checking on that and keep topping it up. And of course you've got to do both brake calipers as well. Now this could take you around half an hour to do, maybe a little bit longer, until you get it absolutely perfect, because we don't want any air bubbles in that brake fluid. Okay, so here we are. We've bled the brakes. Now what we got to do now is just to put the whole thing back together again. Well, so there you have it. We've fitted our new brake pipes, and there they are, look, brandy new brake pipes. So that's fixed that. So hopefully we won't have any problems with the front brakes. It's just a pity that BMW no longer make front brake pipes for this bike. But at least we managed to solve the problem, and we can get on to make some more moto vlogs. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video of how to put these brake pipes on. If you have, then maybe you'd like to give us those thumbs up and subscribe. So thank you all so very much for watching, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more moto vlogs soon.